Hey guys, how are you? This is the Fiber Floozie. Welcome to my channel. My name is Jill. I'm coming to you from West Texas, about halfway between Abilene and Wichita Falls. So it's been a few days since I've been on. My last video, what was that? I can't remember now. Oh, my winnings from Kept in Stitches with Julie. That was fun. That was fun. And don't remember the one before that. So this one will be where I show you. I've got a few things to show you I've been working on. And I have a few things behind me that are new. You may see some of them back there. Let's see, what else? Anyway, how are you guys? This is a time of year that gets a little bit sticky. So a lot of people who have lost people have a hard time this time of year. There's a lot of people who have sad seasonal affective disorder, and I do too to some degree. There's a lot of people who have anxiety issues, get get a little crazy because it's like we got to get it all done. Everything's just got to get done. It's got to get done before a certain time, and everything's got to be just right. And I hope that you find time to relax during this time. Enjoy your family. So, welcome to the new viewers. I'm really happy to have you. I have a lot of new viewers. I have a lot of new subscribers. Now, I don't know if all of the subscribers have had a chance to watch my videos because I've been participating in some lives that were not yarn related, and I have picked up a few subscribers that way. Y'all know what I'm talking about because we all were in Madonna's live, her 24-hour live that went 13 and a half hours. That was great. It was a great live. A lot of fun things that happened. A lot of great people came in and out. There's no telling how many people came in and out of her live, and it was really great. Anyway, um, this is a thing I do. I always fiddle with these. So she had a couple of raids. One of those was Dragon Raid, and so I picked up a few subscribers and I subscribed to a few people. And then the other one was fishing, and I picked up a few of those. And then I've gone into a couple of those also, like I went to Think Dragon and picked up a few there. And I have not had a chance to listen or watch very many of those. I'm going to try though. I think it's the right thing to do, and I will try to do that when I get a chance. I haven't got a chance to watch all of you all yet. So if you are here watching and hopefully you haven't turned me off, I've been going for 4 minutes about nothing. I'm just saying I'm thankful. I was listening to Crafts by the Rose, Tina, and her show on Monday was about being thankful and thankful for those that have helped her. And I also want to say the same thing. I'm not copying you, Tina, but I think it's a great thing that we should all tell those that either like our videos, subscribe, hit the bell, shared, promoted us in some way, shouted us out on their page or on their uh, videos, other podcasters, um, anybody who has done that for me, I want to say thank you too. So I think it's a great time. This is Thanksgiving is coming up, and it's a great time to be thankful, and I am very thankful for all of you. So I appreciate you. I did get a card. Monica, I wanted you to know I got your card. This was Monica. She won one of my giveaways from the um, it was my podiversary, and it was the video. I chose her from the video where I was announcing um, that I was going to do a podiversary, and I had not made it very clear, so I went ahead and picked one from there, and she was my winner over there. So I got your card, Monica, and I appreciate it. Okay. I've talked about this on a few places. Not sure if I've talked about it here. I think I have. But I'm going to be participating in a craft fair on the 14th of December. So I started making a few things. I haven't had a whole lot of time to do very much. But I don't know if y'all saw this that I got at the craft fair I went to. And this is very similar to Random Randy's Ramblings. She does a small ice cream container. This is very similar to that. The lady that I got it from told me that, look at how yellow it is. See that yellow? I don't know if y'all can see that on there. It's because I had it at work and the turmeric was coming off of my hand. The lady who made it said she made them for the water bottles, and I stretched it to go on my cup. So then I got to thinking that it would be a great thing to make for the craft fair. So I've been working on, I've got one made. I'm working on another one. And this is not the perfected one yet. I've been kind of working it out in my head, not even looking at a pattern. And this is not exactly it yet. I probably should get Randy's pattern and try it. And I honestly can't remember if I've already bought that. I think I may have. But that's how it goes on my cup, and it's not too bad. But it's not quite there yet. And that is acrylic, and this is held just one strand of acrylic. And it's a 4-way. And this, I decided to make seatbelt covers. So your seatbelt goes through that, and that sits right here so it doesn't hit you in the neck all the time and slide up and down and drive you nuts. Because mine either goes below my boob or above my boob. It doesn't really go right where it's supposed to be. I'm always yanking around with it, but if I have this on there, it stays in place. Not totally in place. It still moves around, still slides around a little bit, and I always have to kind of adjust. And I think that's because I don't sit still. I don't stay in one place. I'm driving. Now this one, I looked it up, and there's a bunch of patterns for these. And I right now cannot remember any of the places that I found them. It was a couple of blogs. There was a couple on Pinterest. And I followed links to the blogs. So if they're out there and you can find them, it's pretty easy to find them. I just was winging it. And the ones that I saw were longer. So they came probably another 3 or 4 rows off the end of this. And this one is done with 2 strands of the acrylic. And it's pretty stiff doing it that way. But it's just 1, 2, 3 rows of single crochet, a row of double, 1, 2, 3 rows of single, a double, no, 4 rows of single, a double, and then 1, 2, 3, I think it's 4, 4, 1, 4, 1, 4. That's what it is. And the reason for the double is so that, because I'm going to put buttons on this, and that way the button will go through. It has more room here in between the double for the button to go in. Now the one I saw, that they were all done in a little different way. Some of them had a tie that you would weave in. Others sewed it on, like took their needle and thread out to their car and actually sewed it right on. But I wanted one I could remove because my husband also drives my car and these drive him crazy. He doesn't like it. So I wanted to have one for both sides of the car so I could take it off, put it over there when I'm riding in the passenger seat, and then when I'm driving, I could put it on the driver's side. And that's why I wanted buttons. So I'm going to make some more of these. And I'm going to do these. These are done in acrylic, and I mainly because of the color is why I chose this one. But I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and go with the cotton like this cup is done. So I don't even remember what this was. I think it's impeccable. Pretty sure. Doesn't take a whole lot. I was working from both ends, from the center and the outside of the cake, to do the seatbelt cover. And then here is the other one that I'm doing, the other cup holder, doing it in the cotton. And I'm doing the crystal bag o' day trick of putting the yarn right there. But I did the circle with the 10 double crochets to start, and then I did a row of single by doing 1 single, 2 singles, 1 single, 2 singles, and then did that again the next time, and then the next time, yeah, I've done that for 3 rows, 1, 2, 3. I'm reading my work right now. Did that for 3 rows. I believe I did on the 4th row, I did 2, 2, 2 all the way around. Extra increase. And this one is fitting the cup better. It fits without being too much sag down here underneath it. And it's going to have to go, where I'm building this pattern as I go, is because it's going to have, so there may be one of these patterns out there too. It's going to have to get a little bit bigger as it goes up, because I stretched this other one. But cotton does stretch. That's why I switched over to the cotton. And I figure it'll be a nice thing to have both the cup deal and the seatbelt cover as a car set for the show. We'll see how many of those I get done. And I'm using a J-hook. I finished in the movies. We went to the movies. Hubby and I went to the movies on Saturday. Went and saw Ford versus Ferrari, and it was really good. So any of you wives out there that are afraid of going to see that movie because it's going to be boring, it is not. Good movie. It's wonky. So I'm not going to sell this one. This one's going to stay at home. But this is the one I was working on during my live. Yep. It just looks wrong. Look at all this on the side where I was changing colors, and yeah. So that stays home. And then I have been working on this. This is cotton, Pima cotton. This is it's a DK weight, but it's actually, because it's kind of slick, it's a little bit thinner than a 3. And I don't know what I did with the band for that one. I think it's out in the front room somewhere. Yeah, it's not in here. But if y'all remember, I got this book. It's the Easy Knit Dishcloths. And my daughter is wanting to learn how to read. I showed her how to do dishcloths, and she's wanting to learn how to read the patterns. So I am doing this book, and I picked this cotton. It's going to be hard to see it. That's the back side, and this is the front side. Put this, okay, see, there's a pattern right here, and then I have garter. Here's a pattern here, which is, that's a rib, garter, and then there's the rib, and then garter, and then this is kind of like a waffle, and then garter. But it's very hard to see. But I'm going to keep going because I really like the way it's coming out. And I like the feel of it. Now, I picked these rosewood, I don't even know where I got these. And I think they are a 10.5 needle. It's the wrong size for the patterns. And I decided to go ahead and go with it because I'm making this into a shawl for her. So if you could tell, I have them all squeezed on here. So they're going to be, see, it's going to be a lot wider. See how much wider it's going to be? Even though they're all squeezed on here, it's going to be really pretty. And this is her favorite color. It's my oldest daughter. And so what I'm doing is I'm doing in between the garters, I'm doing each one of the pattern now that's the way they did the picture. They did it where it had a coffee stain on it. And each one is supposed to be a dishcloth. So I'm doing the stitches and then putting garter in between them. And then I'm going to give her the shawl and the book, and she will see what the pattern's supposed to look like. And I'm doing each one of them now, and then I'm going to probably have to do them again because there's probably 10 or so patterns in here. And I know I'll repeat them again by the time I get to the other end of the shawl. So when I get to the other end of the shawl, I am going to do a tutorial showing her how to do each of them. So then when I give it to her, she will be able to watch the tutorial. She will see what it looks like, and then she can do the patterns. I just thought that all up one day. And I'm keeping that. Where did that go? Oh, that's in the Mrs. Brown's bag. These I'm keeping in my Levi from WTF Knitting bag, his New York bag. He only made 2 or 3 of these. He has one, I have one, I think there's one more. Okay, and in my Bags by Awesome Granny, this is the one that has the wolves, wolveses. This is the baby sweater. And I'm just waiting to get to that time when I can sit down and say, and finish it out. Because I have finished the body of the sweater. So now I have to do the sleeves and pick up around the collar and the button band, which is it's only got one button, but you still go up and down all the way around there. So look at that, guys. I mean, it's nearly a sweater. And I'm loving this color combo that my hubby picked out for me. Even though I did this black, which was, oh, I got there. And that's it. That's all I got for you as far as that goes. And I've been working on, for some reason, it has been very comforting to me to work on my hubby's blanket. So I added a few more rows to that. And I don't know, I may have quite a few new enough subscribers. Hold on. So I may have enough new subscribers that you haven't seen this blanket yet. This is my hubby's scrap knit blanket. Yeah, that's where I started some colors back in there. So this basically is anything, and here is one here, a recent one that I did. But it's supposed to be anything that I work on when I get down to the scrap or the end of the cake of whatever project I completed, that I put it in the blanket, the rest of it. So there's a lot of stuff in here from things I have worked on. And this is all done in garter stitch. And it reaches from when I'm sitting in my chair, my recliner, I put that down over my feet. It comes all the way up into my lap, right in my lap. So I've got probably, I've got this much to go at least, which is another, what, foot and a half? Yeah. But it's comforting because it's cooler now, so it's not too hot in my lap. And it's just straight knitting. And I'm enjoying that. And the next color that's going in is this one. And this is some of our reclaimed yarn. It's got a strand of Red Heart Super Saver and a strand of the yarn that was taken out of the sweater. And this particular one has sparkle in it. And I used this to make my son-in-law a hat for to mimic the colors of the Dallas Cowboys, because he's a cowboy fan. I need to make another hat out of this. I have this ball and this and some bark there. I need to do that and then put the rest of it in the blanket. And I have this one, which will be going in more black. The reclaimed yarn, we've had a lot of questions. Miguel wanted to know how we do that reclaimed yarn. So the best I can explain it to you is that we go to the thrift store and we get sweaters, and then hubby takes a seam ripper and rips the threads loose that are holding all of it together, and he takes the band off around the neck or the V, whatever, the undoes right here, and sometimes he can get a whole rib cuff all in one piece. Um, Sometimes he can even get a collar off of them. But we were talking about this in Jan Carruthers live the other night about how if it's serged, it's kind of hard to get to save that. He can usually pick them apart depending on where they're serged at. But if they start coming apart and they just are like one strand here, one strand here, one strand here, he just tosses them. But most of the time he can take them and he can ball them up and tie them together. And some of you have been lucky enough to receive some of those as winnings. I have a whole nother box up there in the corner of my right up right above there, and I have a whole bunch of colors up there that are real sparkly, and I really like that, or they're really contrasting colors, and I haven't decided what I'm going to do with it yet. I put my shirt on Tawanda. For those of you who are new, this is Tawanda, and I put this is the Bag O' Day. I don't remember the tutorial number, and I did this with extra around the neck so that I could get a bigger piece, and I went a lot farther down, and I don't remember which video I wore this. I showed it to you, put it on. I just am not comfortable in it. I don't know if it's just too hot, too bulky, but all of this, on me, all of this white just makes me look a lot bigger. So I think I'm going to need to do this one in a different color. I love this color combo, and it looks really good on Tawanda, but she's probably a size and a half smaller than me. And so this looks good. She's got some shaping here. It looks good. It comes down on her. See, this is the bottom. This right here is where her waist ends, and that starts her bottom half. And so you can see there's probably a hand's length more past that, which would be right at the hips. There's another that much. That's why I did it that long, because I wanted it to go down over my bum. And I love the shirt. I'm just not comfortable in it. I haven't worn it out of the house yet. And this is the first garment I have finished for me. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Okay. Now went to Hobby Lobby, and I got a few things. And this is all I can show you because I'm not sure what I'm going to put in the carousel box that is coming my way. So I signed up for a carousel that is with Coffee, Crochet, and Cuddles. It started with her, and it went to Dreamweaver Creations, and then it's going to somebody else, and then me, and then somebody after that, and somebody after that. And I've got the list. And I'm sorry I can't remember everybody right now. And I'm going to need something to put into that box. So I'm holding off showing you the other things I got. But I did want to show you these because these were something new to me, and I'm really want to start on this. This is the Yarn Bee Stripe Hype. Have any of y'all seen this yet? These run $4.29, but I got them at 30% off. And they are 265 yards, 3.5 ounces. They're a number 4. They have a nice twist on them. Kind of like a loose Unforgettable, and just a little bit fuzzier, so it feels wool-like, but soft. It's not scratchy, it's soft. Very nice colors. So I got these two, which is Gray Low and Gray Blue. The Gray Low is called Mustard Gray and Blue Gray. Nothing fancy. And I'm going to do hats. I'm hoping to get hats done before the craft show. We'll see. If you were not on my live, you did not see that I finished this ski mask, and I'm going to make some more of these also. Now this is based on a pattern by Elizabeth at A Crafty Crocheter. I wanted something that was a little more than what the Bag O' Day pattern was, and it is faster. This is not how she did hers. She did hers with the single opening, one line. And I'm going to do some of those too. But my hubby requested I make a couple of these where I made the eyes a little bit wider, a little bit more open, not quite as far back, and a nose piece. So that's what I did. And this comes down, also comes down in here. And Elizabeth's pattern does too. And this is, I want to say this is also the Impeccable. And it's one of the camos, but it's the brown camo. And I'm going to do another one in the brown camo. I'm hoping I get 2 done because I think I have one more of those. Yeah, I took them all down. I have a little bit left up in the front room where my nest is. And then I have 2 more here of the brown and 3 of the green, which is the Super Saver green camo. I don't know if you guys saw, I don't remember if I showed you guys these that I got from Expression Fiber Arts. These are the ones that my hubby was winding up in the winding video that he did. And this is Expression Fiber Arts. I showed you these, didn't I? This one's called Page Turner. I'm pretty sure I did. This one is fingering weight. And the other one is, I know what I wanted to tell you. This is based on this. So Expression Fiber Arts usually has an inspiration picture that she dyes the yarn from. And this is the November Insiders Yarn Club colorway called Gratitude. And I did not tell you that. And with it, I got a pin. And it's a camel with a scarf. He's super cute. And he's got two holders on the back. So I've got to put this on my back. But I didn't tell you all that, show you the picture of what that inspiration was for that one. Okay. Then I picked up these at Hobby Lobby. This one's done with homespun or hellspun, whichever one y'all want to call it. And I still have a whole bunch left. And I like the open work of that, and I like the way the bottom is done. And I like that collar on it. I like the way it's finished up there. And that one takes four regular skeins of homespun. Not bad. And then I picked up this one, which is called Very Velvet. So it's got this velvet scarf on the front. Again, I just pulled these off at Hobby Lobby. Here's another picture of that scarf. And yes, that's done in crochet. And then this is a pillow. It's a pom-pom pillow. I'm not too enthused with that. Whatever. Then they did a sweater. Y'all, they did a sweater in velvet. It's beautiful. It's knit. It would go pretty quick. Got a great cowl neck on it. Looks very squishy. Can you imagine how heavy that is? That's what I was thinking. Of course, I'm in Texas. If y'all want a nice, warm, squishy, soft sweater, go to Hobby Lobby and get the Yarn Bees Velvety Smooth. And if you're doing the sweater in the picture, called for 7 skeins of ivory and 2 of olive. But what I want to do is the hat. Super cute. And I have extra pom-poms too. Have y'all seen Summer's videos about the pom-poms? She did 2 videos. She did a review, and then she did a one after that showing the pom-poms that she got from Amazon. Summer's Tips and Stitches. Go check her out. So this is a striped hat using Yarn Bees Velvety Smooth. 1 skein of the silver and 1 skein of the purple. I was looking to see if they say what weight that is. Yeah, they don't say that on here. I'm guessing that's at least a 6 though. So I'm going to see what I've got, because I've got some velvet down there and I want to make that. That one is a knit hat. Okay. What do you think of this bag? Y'all know where that came from? This is the tote from Random Randy's Ramblings. This is the Sweets Bakery tote. It has the red gingham on the inside. How wonderful is that? I just love the retro look of this. And I love these totes. You know, I have my poncho I was working on in one of those. And in here, I also have, for when I get started, I got the, it's got a little box bottom on there, and a nice zipper. And this is from RDBL Co. MRB thing. That's the company that made it for Randy with her logo. So that's Randy's logo, Wake, Crochet, and Slay. And so I'm going to use that with this bag on this project. So the project I'm going to do, well, first let me tell you what's in here. And I can't show this to you. This is this year's Advent. And this year I chose to do Honeybee Knits Advent. So we've got a present. This is for day 25 for Christmas Day. And it came in, it was packaged really nicely in this bag. Nice bag. And it's all of these little bags. And they all have numbers on it. So this one says 23 days to Christmas. So I start with, I think you start with 24. Pretty sure. Anyway, they're all in here. And see, Randy's bags come with the hoop in the inside so you can run your yarn through it or put your keys on it or whatever. So they're all in there with the present. Now, what am I going to do with it? So I thought that it came with a pattern. And I'm not sure if maybe I didn't choose that option. And that's totally okay. I like being able to have an option. I'm going to do this one, which is the new shawl by Laura Concert of Laura Concert Designs. And it's called the Sugar Pie Honey Bunch. You know I love you. Can't help myself. Anyway, she is a crocheting Whovian here on YouTube. She has a Ravelry group if you're into that. She's also on Instagram as a crocheting Whovian and also as Laura Concert Designs. But here's the new shawl with all these colors in it. And then in between it has a variegated in there. Okay. So I'm going to do this one. And I don't know what color I'm going to do in between. And I think what I'm, yeah, I say that, but it's really not. It's got 19 or 20 colorways on there that I can see. So it'd be perfect to do this. So I'm not going to do anything in between. I'm just going to do the Advent with this pattern. So I will knit the first section with the first one that I open. And I'm hoping, even if I don't keep up with it, I want to try to do a little video and show you guys the yarn each day when I open it. So now you cannot get them anymore. You had to order these ahead of time. Advents are ordered way ahead of time. And the last thing that I got was from the Crafty Toads of Toad Hollow and J. And this is the elf cap is the pattern. That is the designer's name there, the elf cap. And here are my yarn colors. And I told them, just surprise me. I don't want to pick colors. And this is what they chose for me. And this is what they're calling the Dobby hat. So it is based on Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, where Dobby wore a stack of hats that Hermione had hand knit to free the house elves. So if you remember that in the movie, and I'm going to have to go back and watch, because I can't even remember that scene right now. But I've seen pictures of it. And basically how this hat, it's got your ribbing, and then it's got layers of it to make it look like hats on top of hats. So each one of these colors is going to look like you knitted a hat out of it, although it's all one piece. So there's that one. And then they had and you could get this with or without the pattern. And I chose it with the pattern. So if you look for this, I want you to know that you have to choose the pattern and pay extra for the pattern. I don't remember how much extra it was. Just a little bit more. I don't know if it says on here or not. Let me see if it says. No, it doesn't say separately how much the pattern was. Yarn and pattern was $36. And then they have been showing this color on their podcast for quite a while, for the all through fall. And I decided I had been seeing it long enough, and I needed it. So pretty. Look at that. This is Haunted Hayride. And this one is DK. And this is on their sock toad. 100 grams, 80% merino, 20% nylon, 400 yards, Haunted Hayride. And that is Toad Hollow, and they also have a card in here saying that coming to Toad Hollow in 2020, there are tales to be told. They do a lot of things based on books, because they read a lot. And they have a podcast, the Crafty Toads is their podcast. And they're also Crafty Toads on Facebook and Instagram. So if you want to follow them, they are at Toad Hollow NJ, as they're going to start to unveil the new things that are going to be in their shop. So, Crafty Toads. Mary Beth and Helen. They're so funny. I love watching their podcast. I could probably hang out with those guys for a while. Then I wanted to show y'all this. So my hubby got a job working at the parts store, and he came home one day with some bags. And these are bags that they get parts in. And he brought me another box today. And I have started to use these for my projects and to store some yarn. Look at all this. He brought me some more today because they unload on Tuesday. And they're various sizes. So there's this one. And this is heavy plastic. This is not thin plastic. This is real heavy plastic. But some of them have some holes in them. And if there's too many holes in them, I just throw them away. And they usually come with like a sticker of whatever part it was. And these are all brand new parts. These are not used parts. And most of them are the zip, this zip top. But some of them are also the slide. See, like this one has a number and stuff on it of the part. So this one is got a slide, and this is the biggest one he's brought home. And then there's another size here. I told him he made the bag lady very happy because he calls me the bag lady. Because, you know, I've been buying those bags at the Dollar Tree that are the 2 or 3 gallon ones. Here, I put these all in this bag. And these are a little smaller, kind of a medium. So they must get a lot of parts that are that size. Excuse me. So let me show you what I've been doing. Oh, we're going to put this back underneath you. There you go. So this is kind of the medium one. And I've got 2 cakes in there. You can see I could probably put 2 more cakes right there. Here's one of the zip ones. How about that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those. See, that one's got a part number on it. And these are bigger cakes, and this is one of the large zip one. Dryer sheet. So these are pretty good size cakes. And there's those 6 in there. This is going to be a giveaway. I hope y'all can't hear my stomach. It has not been happy with me. And this one has several large ones and a couple of smaller ones. Now the reason that these are in these bags right now is because I just washed them. So the next time I do this, I'm going to do a video and show y'all. But what I do is I take these were all vintage, and I had these in town in a bucket, and I brought them home. And I wanted to see what all was left, because I had a whole bunch of it there. And this was some yarn that we picked up at a thrift store, and it was, you could tell it had been dumped on a floor. It had lots of bits and pieces of stuff, and he kind of shed all that off of it when he caked them up. But they didn't smell very good, and they were a little bit dirty, especially the white ones. I used bleach on this, y'all. No, I used Clorox too. And so I took it and I said, you know what, I'm just going to wash it all. So I had to wash all the sheets off of, we quit smoking 2 years ago. And I hadn't washed all of the sheets that were in my linen area because we didn't use all of them. And so I took them all down and I cleaned out ones I didn't want. And I washed the sheets. And with the sheets, I put several of the laundry bags. And I would put 2 or 3 in each laundry bag and put it in with the sheets and wash them with the sheets. And these are vintage. I've shown you guys these vintage yarns. And these are all worsted weight. And they all feel a lot softer. They smell great. Clean. Just like regular yarn. Doesn't smell like a store or anything else. It just smells like regular yarn, but clean yarn. So all of those I just showed you, I washed. So I'm kind of thinking those will be giveaway. I have to think of something for that. I'm up to 670, I believe 670 subscribers. Just wonderful. I'm so tickled. Didn't ever think I'd have one. And let's see what else. Oh, I did pick up some of these. I don't know if I'll get to it, but I want to do Zelda NRJ 3. Love you, C. I'm going to do her Lovey. And so I found these at the dollar store for $1. We've got a little bear, a purple bear, and then this one is a little brown bear. There's a little unicorn. See, they were only $1. A little lion. And this little dinosaur. See. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I get those 5 done in a decent amount of time, I'll get some more. And if I don't, I'll do them later. There's always next year. So all of these things that I'm telling you about, if I don't get to them for this one, I'll just hang on to them. Everything will be in my Etsy, my website, which is theessentialblossom.com, or on Facebook or something. It'll be around. Be great gifts for the kiddos too. This is that gripper stuff. Grip mat, grip. I got this at the dollar store, and it's got 12-inch by 5 feet. And I had picked up some of those. I know that Randy did a few of them for her craft show that she did, where you cut them out and you crochet around them, and these are you sell them, for grippers. So let's see if I can't do a few of those. So I got lots of ideas for some stuff. We'll see how much I get done. Y'all know me and how much I get done. What else is going on? Went to the movie. I went to Stitch and Greet. That was fun. And I think I'm going to go back. I believe it's the second Saturday. So I won't go. I don't remember. If it's the second Saturday, I won't be able to because that'll be the craft show. Yesterday, I took the day off and I went to Wichita Falls. I filled up the back of my car with all of the things that I cleaned out of my closet and all of the things that I cleaned out of that I brought home from my mom's closet. There were like 4 bags of jeans. There was tons of sweatshirts and t-shirts and all kinds of things that I can't wear. And I took them to the women's shelter. Unfortunately, they don't have a whole lot of storage. So for you guys, as a thought here, one of the things they told me was that they felt like a better thing to do, at least for our area, is toothpaste, toothbrushes, lotion, shampoo, tampons, diapers, those things that are disposable and used up right away, they need all the time. All the time. See, and I know that's the same way with the care homes too. Not like tampons, but they use that disposable stuff. I know that some of the churches here get together and put care packages for Christmas together for the care homes. She also said that they get a lot of the people like to donate baby clothes, so they always have the littler kids sizes, but not enough in like a 5-year-old up through teenager. And they don't have enough of those clothes for the kids. They are making boxes, and they need 40 of them, and they have like 3, and they are making regular, well, probably about that medium size from Walmart box, and then another a little bit smaller than that, and then another one small, even smaller than that, and they're wrapping them in white paper so they'd be a snowman, and then they are putting a little scarf around their neck. If I'd have known this a couple months ago, I could have started crocheting some scarves for them, for those. But I told her, I said, there's no way I'm going to get any done. There's just no way. And if I'd have known, I could have told the ladies at the Stitching Creek also. We could have tried to get some done. So I put it out on my Facebook, and we'll see what happens. Because hubby gets a lot of boxes, but they need to be wrapped in white paper. I told her my idea was for the scarves, at least for this year. I said, take the fleece blankets and cut them and do that where you cut the ends and then you tie them in knots to make the fringe on the outside, and do a small version of that, because that would be really fast, and they could get a couple of blankets and they could make several out of that. If that's what they do, I don't know. It was my idea. I don't know. Whatever whatever will help them get it done quicker, because there's just no way they're going to get those. It's just not going to happen by the time Christmas comes around, and they don't really need them before that. I don't know when they're doing their party. A couple of years ago, both of my daughters and I went down to the facility, and I cut all the ladies' hair, and they did their nails. My oldest daughter was selling the Jamberry nail adhesives, and they did manicures on the girls, and I did their haircuts. And we brought a whole bunch of toys based on what they had there at the time. We went shopping and bought toys and took those, and so that was fun. It was a good. It was great, and it was so cold that day. It was really cold. It was almost snowy. It was trying to snow that day. So it really felt like a Christmas thing. It was just such a wonderful thing to do. So I wanted to do something, and I'm going to go back in, I will be going back there before the craft show. So I said I would see what I could do to bring some more things to them besides just those clothes. So we'll see. So yeah, and that facility is called First Step. If you're wondering, I don't know if there are any of those anywhere else, but that one's called First Step Inc. INC. Okay, guys, what else do I want to tell you? Trying to think. Okay, so tomorrow is a live. Today is Tuesday, November the 19th, 2019. So 11/19/19. And so tomorrow is our live. That will be at 7 p.m. Central. And I hope to see you all there. I will try to get this video loaded for you so it's up by tomorrow morning, if not tonight. And I appreciate you spending time with me. I will see you guys again soon. If I forget something, I'll come back and tell you later. And please go check out, what is her name? I'm going to write some things down. I didn't take any notes for this one, sorry. I did find some new podcasts this week. I want to say it's called Crochet with Christy. I'll try to link it down below. But she's brand new, and I'd like to show her some love. Bonnie Bay Crochet is coming out with some really great patterns. Y'all need to go check her out too. And she has a YouTube also. Brand new book just came out. Really neat. I want to get that one. It's on my list. I have Hobium coming, and it's supposed to be here by Thursday. So there may be an unboxing in another couple of days. There goes my stomach again. I'll see y'all later. And if nothing else, have fun today. Bye, y'all.